जो आते चले जाओ अपनी जगह।
इसको जूम वगैरह भी करना है क्या?
जूम थोड़ा बहुत करना।
कहाँ से होएगा ही नहीं।
कोई नहीं, आज थोड़ा आगे दिखा, आगे जाके दिखा देते।
इसके शर्मा नहीं लगता होगा मेरे से।
कोई नहीं, क्वेश्चन मैं कोई नहीं कहा तुम कहा जाओ, तुम मीडिया वाले हो, तुम कौन कहेगा तुम शेयर किया कोई नहीं कहेगा तुम्हें फिर। ठीक है मेरी बैठ नहीं
यही आ गया नहीं बैठा
ईशा का कैमरा थोड़ा ब्लैक नहीं लग रहा?
मेरा वाला उसके फोन में ऐसा ही लग रहा होगा। क्वालिटी सर अपने आप देखिए। अब इतनी क्वालिटी बढ़ानी है तो फोन देखिए।
नहीं नहीं सर ठीक है
ठीक है।
1-1.5 घंटे वीडियो बनानी है।
11:30 बजे तक मैं हूँ। और उसके बाद जो 2 से बाद
तो खत्म हो जाएगा।
2 के बाद वाला जो प्रोग्राम ईशा कवर कर लेगी। देखते हैं दोनों में से कोई कर लेगा। वैसे मजा तो 2 के बाद वाले में आएगा क्योंकि यहीं पे परफॉर्मेंस होगी।
वो तो पांचवी सेकंड है कल्चर वाला।
हाँ उसके बाद वो होगा टेक्निकल सेशन।
टेक्निकल सर
5 बजे के बाद वाले में। हाँ उससे बात करेंगे।
ओके सर ओके सर ओके।
पकड़ मैं ब्लेजर ले आऊँ। ब्लेजर भी लेके
हाँ जी सर ये जूम हो नहीं रहा, फिर कोशिश कर रहे हैं। नो सर ठीक है सर ओके सर।
सर को बोलियो आगे जाके दिखा क्यों सही आ रही है क्या।
ठीक है
यहीं से
हाँ थोड़ा सा आगे बोलिए।
रखना पड़ेगा खड़े हो बेटा नहीं आ जाओ ना तो कोई बात नहीं आओ ना आप सबको के साथ हां कोई बात नहीं
We welcome you, sir. Dr. Ashwini Goyal, Dr. Anil Kumar.
आप लोगों का प्रोग्राम कोई बात नहीं आओ ना आ जाओ
कहाँ जा रहे हैं
आप पीछे
बैठिए
Students, during this conference, you are instructed to write something on your notepads. ऐसे सिर्फ सुनना नहीं है, कीर्तन नहीं चलेगा यहाँ पर, तो कभी सिर्फ बैठे बैठे सुनते रहें। तो अपने रजिस्टर्स, नोटबुक्स
ईशा करे
आप घुमा क्यों रही है?
हाँ वही अभिषेक Yes, sir.
ऊपर वाली लाइट जल्दी है क्या? ये तो इसके लिए बंद कर रखी है। अरे तो चलाओ ना यार, अब तो कमाल से उसकी लाइट तो चलाओ।
क्या बैठा होना है?
ऊपर की लाइट जला यार। हद है यार तुम्हारी भी। अरे लाइट जला। मुझे कहा था बहुत
Our guest has been arrived.
बोली देखते
Have a great round of applause. We welcome you, sir. The moment we have been waiting, that has been arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, our scholars, sponsors, my dear colleagues, and my dear students. With a heart filled with the reverence and gratitude, I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the inaugural session of our esteemed 2 days national conference on managing global challenges through innovative strategic practices. As we embark on the enlightening journey together, let us first invoke the blessings of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, wisdom, and the arts, with the Saraswati Vandana, and I request distinguished guests for enlightening the lamp to offer our gratitude to the goddess Saraswati Ma. Please, sir. I request Ms. Rubal and Chanchal from DBA for Saraswati Vandana. May the divine blessings of Saraswati guide our minds, illuminate our intellect, and inspire our discussion throughout this conference. With these words, once again, good morning, one and all, praiseworthy delegates, distinguished guests, our sponsors, faculty members, and our young and youthful students. I, Charumani, on behalf of the proactive team of the organizing committee of the National Conference, organized by the Department of Management Study, TIT&S, heartily welcome you all on the inaugural session of the 9th two-days National Conference on Managing Global Challenges through Innovative Strategic Practices. As we gather here today, we are reminded of the profound interconnectedness of our world and the sheer responsibility we hold in addressing its challenges. From climate change to the socio-economic inequalities, from technological disruptions to the global health crisis, the issues we face demand innovative strategic solutions. In this pursuit, it is not merely the knowledge that will guide us, but the application of wisdom, the embodiment of strategic practices, and the spirit of collaboration that will propel us forward. This conference served as a crucible for the exchange of ideas, the cultivation of partnerships, and the exploration of the new horizons. I extend my deepest gratitude to all of our distinguished speakers, experts, delegates, who have traveled from far and wide to contribute their insights and expertise to this collective endeavor. Your presence here today is testament to your commitment to making a positive impact on our world. As we embark on this transformative journey together, let us embrace the diversity of perspective, engage in constructive dialogue, and strive for innovative solutions that transcend boundaries and create a brighter future for the generations to come. As it is very rightly said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. So let us unite our efforts, align our strategies, and chart a course toward a future where challenges are met with the resilience and opportunities are interact with the optimism. I thank you all in advance for joining us this 2 days National Conference 2024. May I now solicit request to the panel eminent guest, Honorable Shri Virendra Mohapatra, Senior Vice President, Grasim, Bhiwani Textile Limited, respected Professor Ravi Kumar Gupta, Department of Management Studies, Maharaja Agrawal Institute of Technology, New Delhi, Honorable Professor R.A. Kumar, Department of Economics and Finance, Birla Institute of Technology and Sciences, Bhiwani, Professor G.K. Tyagi, Director TIT&S, Professor S.K. Sharma, Conference Convener, to kindly grace the chairs by their benevolent presence on the stage. Please, sir. I really feel privileged to introduce our Director, Professor G.K. Tyagi. Dr. Tyagi is a well-known figure throughout the world in the field of textile. He has more than 40 years of experience in the academics. He has published around 250 research papers. Professor Tyagi has been very active in many professional organizations. He has served as an advisor to Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Member Advisory Committee, Sangam University, Reviewer Journal of Textile Association, Journal of Clothing and Apparel, Hong Kong, and Textile Research Journal, USA. He has served as a Director Principal, Manikya Lal Verma PG College, Bhilwara, and the founder of BC Bikaner Technical University. We welcome you, sir. Due to some unforeseen medical circumstances that he is not able to address, so however, on behalf of the entire team, I extend our warmest welcome to each and everyone who are present over here. It's really an honor for me to introduce our chief guest, Shri Virendra Mohapatra, Senior Vice President, GPTL Bhiwani. Shri Virendra Mohapatra is an HR leader with proven track record of establishing customized HR and industrial relation practices in India and overseas to create sustainability, performance-oriented engagement culture. Mr. Virendra has more than 30 years of experience in all gamut of HR and IR. He started his career as a management trainee in Tata Steel, where he looked the welfare and the training function and subsequently rose to the position of CHRO. Apart from Tata Steel, he had also worked in Tata Motors, where he was the first head of HR for their greenfield plant in Pantnagar, where Nano car was rolled out successfully, and then the line was shifted to Sanand in Gujarat. Mr. Virendra has also worked in Aditya Birla Group and Vedanta. In Vedanta, he was the CHRO for Hindustan Zinc Limited, which is the flagship company of the Vedanta. His last stint was with the SR, where he was the CHRO for SR Projects Limited, looking after the HR matters of all projects being undertaken by the company in more than 10 countries based out of Dubai. Presently, he is the CHRO for Donier Industrial Limited and based out of Bhiwani. Apart from the HR assignment of GBTL Limited, he is also responsible for HR and IR for other companies of the group. I welcome you, sir. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our key speaker, Professor Arya Kumar, who has graciously accepted our invitation to join us today. Professor Arya Kumar did his MA in Economics as integrated 5-year program from Birla Institute of Technology Sciences, Pilani, and in 1977, and PhD from the same institute, Birla Institute of Technology and Sciences, Pilani, in the year 1982 in the area of financial management of higher education in India. He has diversified experience for more than 40 years of serving in educational institutions, research organizations, banks, and financial institutions. He is presently Professor and Dean Alumni Relations at BITS Pilani. Prior to this, he served as a director between 2014 to 2016 at Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, New Delhi. In his career, he served in multiple roles such as Chief Entrepreneurship Development, Intellectual Property Rights, Group Leader Economics Finance Department, and Dean Student Welfare Division. He is actively involved with the activities of Center Entrepreneurial Leadership at BITS Pilani. He is serving as an expert member in biotechnology industry, Research Assistance Council, DBT Government of India, faculty advisor in the NEN Faculty Advisor Board from past 10 years. He is in the Board of Studies of NIT University and BML Munjal University and has served as a governing board of members of institutions like LBSIM, LBSITM, and many more. He has successfully done Entrepreneurship Educators course awarded by STVT, Stanford University, IIM Bangalore, and National Entrepreneurship Network, and became one amongst the first 20 certified entrepreneurship educators in India, and had been awarded Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women Award Certification honors for participating in the mentor development program organized by London Business Schools and National Entrepreneurship Network. We welcome you, sir. It's a matter for great pleasure to introduce our guest of honor, Professor Ravi Kumar Gupta. Dr. Ravi Kumar Gupta is presently working as a professor in the Department of Management Studies of Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology, New Delhi. He did MFC, MIB, MCOM, PhD in the area of finance. He is having more than 25 years of experience in the fields of academics. He has published over 100 research papers in the journals of national and international repute, including 15 edited books in the area of management and commerce. Professor Gupta has organized and attended over 150 conferences and workshops of national and international level. Professor Gupta made significant contribution for the establishment of new institutions, approval of new courses, assessment and accreditation process of institution, etc. He held various positions in the past, including Director, Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Management Studies, New Delhi, and Dean, PCJ, School of Management, Maharaja Agrasen University, Baddi, Himachal Pradesh. He is also presently acted as an independent director of a public limited company. We welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to request Shri Pramodji to present a bouquet, and I request Aishwarya sir to adorn a Saman Patrika to our chief guest. Have a great round of applause. Now I request Dr. Ashwini Goyal and Dr. Kamal Sardana to present a bouquet and adorn a Saman Patrika to Arya Kumar sir. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Ajay Sharma and Dr. Mukesh Sharma to come on the stage to felicitate our guest of honor, Dr. Ravi Kumar Gupta, by presenting a bouquet and adorn a Saman Patrika. Have a great round of applause, students. Be energetic. Thank you, sir. Now I feel honored to introduce Professor S.K. Sharma, convener of the conference. Professor Sharma is a well-known personality in the field of management, teaching, and research. Dr. S.K. Sharma has 39 years of teaching experience, including 27 years as a professor management. He has served Jodhpur University, Manipur Central University, and Amethi University, Noida as a director. He also possesses 29 years administrative experience. He has presented papers at national and international seminars, conferences, and chaired several technical sessions. Contributed 61 research papers and articles in the national and international journals of repute. Completed 6 sponsored major research projects funded by UGC, ICSSR. 14 research scholars have been awarded PhD degree under his supervision. And he had been selected UGC Research Awardee in Management during 9th plan recipient of Lokmat National Education Leadership Award for B-School Leadership Award at Tajlands in Mumbai in 2014. He has also organized about 20 academic events like refresher course, workshops, national seminars, national conference, and faculty and staff development programs. He is associated with NBA, UGC, AICTE, ICSSR in different capacities. He is a life member of various renowned professional bodies. He has been associated with the different universities, management institutes, and academic staff colleges, Public Service Commission, and other professional institutes of the national repute. His focus areas are strategic management, research methodology, marketing management, and financial management. With these words, I would like to invite Professor Sharma on the podium to introduce the theme of the conference to the gathering. Please, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Honorable Mahapatra ji, Chief Guest of the function, and Speaker Professor Arya, Professor Filani, Professor Ravi Gupta, Guest of Honor of the function, Honorable Director Professor Tyagi, distinguished delegates, media personnel, faculty member, and the students. I, on the behalf of the director, warm welcome to all of you to this national conference. Before I introduce the theme of the conference, which we have chosen this year, this is managing global challenges through innovative strategic practices. I would like to take a little back about the departmental conferences which we have organized in the past. We organized the good number of conferences on latest issues which are crop up in the economy. We organized a conference on emerging issues in changing business scenario, way to excellence by managing strategic change, strategic imperatives for Indian corporations, strategic transformation in the globalized era, Indian economic health major issues. Last year, we organized a conference on Atmanirbhar Bharat, a vibrant growth in Indian economy. where we discuss about the relevance of the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and we discuss the various issues which are going to be crop up in the country last year under G20. This year we have decided to take up a theme which is going to cover the global world. So while keeping in mind, the committee has decided this topic. We are navigating the complexity of 21st century. We find ourselves exposed with a variety of global challenges that demand creative and forward strategic thinking. It is through innovative strategic practice that we can not only address these challenges but also pave the way for a more sustainable and harmonious future of the world economy as a whole. During the conferences, I have taken the 5 challenges which are going to become of the country as well as the globe. First is the health challenge, second is the geopolitical challenge, third is the global climate challenge, economic challenge, and technological challenges. When we talk about the health challenges, it is a very important aspect after COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the need for active and innovative responses to emerging threats which are coming after the COVID. Managing these crises required international collaboration, data sharing, and the development of progressive medical equipment and expenses, etc. By investing in research and establishing collaborative framework, we can sustain our global health infrastructure and better prepare for the future pandemic if it is coming to there. We are talking about the geopolitical challenges. Tensions and conflict persist, threatening global peace and stability. We are observing the war between Russia and Ukraine, Israel and Hamas, which is still going on. This conflict has resulted in various types of losses, including the human casualties, economic effects, and social disorders. The losses that occurred during this war is not the losses of the single economy, it is the losses of the world as a whole. Ladies and gentlemen, diplomacy, dialogue, and conflict resolution strategies must be advised by innovative approaches that prioritize the conflict and our conflict. Multilateral institutions must come forward to resolve this such kind of war, and of course, the different countries are going to take the lead to just stop this war. Third, we are talking about the global challenges. One of the major challenges we face in the ongoing global climate crisis. The impact of climate crisis is felt across borders, affecting ecosystems, economies, and as well-being of communities worldwide. Innovative strategic practice in this context involves the development and implementation of sustainable technology, renewable energy sources, and eco-friendly policies. Our present government has implemented the various domestic policies and initiatives aimed at addressing the climate change in the country. These initiatives related to the renewable energy, sustainable development, clean media, clean India mission, waste management, and pollution control. Very important crisis which the country is facing is the economical challenge. To address these issues, involved strategic practices must focus on economic growth, sustainable development, and social empowerment. Government, business, and civil society must collaborate to create the strategies to meet out this economical challenge at the global level. After COVID-19, most of the countries are facing the economical challenges in very dark. Their GDP has gone down, borrowings has increased, inflation is on the higher side, unemployment has increased, but Indian economy has performed well, stronger than expected. Our GDP is on the higher side as compared to the US, UK, France, Britain, Japan, and China. That Modi agency lifts our GDP growth to 6.8%, where the China expected only the 5% for the 2024. Our loan to GDP ratio is 81% as compared to Japan to 60%, Singapore 167%, US 120%, France 111%, and Britain 102%. On this front, we can say the Indian economy is very strong in comparison to other countries. The last but not least, technological challenge. The rapid pace of innovative technological bring together various opportunities and challenges in IT sector. The cybersecurity threats, digital privacy concerns, and ethical implications of emerging technologies demands our attention at the present. Innovative strategic practice in this context involve the establishment of strong cybersecurity measures, ethical strategies for technological development, and international cooperation to ensure the responsible use of innovative technology. We have divided the conference theme into 5 major sub-themes. First, we have taken the business strategy and innovation, where we talk about the explore the innovative approaches to corporate growth and globalization. Second, financial inclusion and economic development. Third is environmental sustainability and climate change. Fourth is women in leadership role and entrepreneurship. And fifth is technology and innovative management practices. During the conference, we received 61 papers, and out of that, we received 42 papers on time, and we could publish these papers in the conference proceeding. So with these words, I'm sure the deliberations during the conference will be highly fruitful, not only to individuals, not only the country, it is for the world economy as a whole. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Just showcasing the technological changes, or you can say that the overall global challenges in 5 major categories. I hope you just understand that what could be the conference level for the next 2 days. Now I request everyone to make yourself on the active mode, and this session is going to be very much active and informative and knowledgeable. With these words, I would like to invite Professor Arya Kumar for his keynote address to the gathering. Please, sir. Have a great round.
बड़े वाला पोडियम ऊपर वाला पोडियम साइड पे दो gone without this also. ये वाला बिल्कुल कवर क्या इसका राज करेगी Thank you. At the outset, let me extend my gratitude to the Textile Institute of Technology and the Science for giving me this opportunity to be with you on this national conference, which is going to deliberate for 2 days on a very vital theme, globalization and the challenges which are emanating in the 21st century for the multiple nations. Esteemed dignitaries over there on the dais, so I have forced them to sit back on the seat because the presentation, my faculty colleagues from the TIT and the other institutions, and the budding leaders for the country. It's really a great era for a 21st century wherein the 3-4 words which have become far more prominent, which you heard from Madam Bhiwani first, then Dr. Sharma, be it innovation, be it collaboration, be it foresight leadership, are the prominent words which would really be a guiding force as far as the 21st century is concerned. Globalization has paved the way mainly because of the three major reasons. Next. Three major reasons in the falling trade and investment barriers amongst the countries. So the trade is concerned, it has become far more easy, more so in the services than the merchandise. Second major reason for the globalization has been advancement in telecommunication. Today in India, we are fortunate enough that the internet cost is the least in the world. A country which is having the highest, one of the highest population, which is already partly cost now China also, but the internet facility is the one which is the cheapest in the world. And third has been the reduced transportation cost. These three reasons have led to deeper and deeper integrations amongst the countries, and this integration is paving the way for more and more economic flow of merchandise and services. India, we were talking about the growth a minute back, far higher than China, Japan, and so forth. But one of the major reasons has been so far the services growth. India today is lagging behind as far as the deep technology ventures are concerned, which could have a global impact. And today the challenge as far as the innovation is concerned, the research is concerned, is mainly to focus on deep technologies which can be all pervasive across the globe, where there will be need for those services which are emanating from deep technology. So we have been good in terms of using, I would say, IT applications which have become all pervasive, but we have not come out with the mega innovations which could be based on pure technology. The globalization has given rise to both major favorable and non-favorable aspects. Therefore, we say globalization is a bane as well as a boon. As far as the bane part is concerned, productivity has gone up a lot. In economics, we always talk about the competitive advantage, absolute advantage. And therefore, the source which can give me anything which I need at the least cost, I would really love to have it. Second is the prices have come down. In fact, if you look at maybe any product today, be it a mobile, I remember the first mobile which I got from the bank was costing me around 28,000 rupees. It was a very heavy mobile, difficult to keep. But today, at 28,000, I can get a far more superior mobile with a far more functionalities. And I maybe in the range of 50 to 1 lakh rupees, but the functionalities are so broad that we say you're keeping everything in your hand as far as banking is concerned, business is concerned, dealing with people are concerned. Foreign investments have gone up dramatically. Technology has been getting transferred very fast wherever it paves the way, and it spreads the freedom. It has been, there are a lot of freedom which is emanating from that. And in turn, it has also reduced the military conflict. But on the other hand, we were just talking a minute back that the Ukraine-Russia war, if you look at it, Israel-Iran war, if you look at it, so many other wars, India-Pakistan tensions, if you look at it, continues to grow also. On the other hand, there is a job insecurity which are increasing. My weakness in terms of environmental standards have been happening. Professor Sharma was mentioning about climate, water, energy, health. And the greatest challenge which is coming because of health on the one hand is the old age population. Today we have 8 billion people. In another 5 to 10 years, we have another 1.7 billion people. And majority of them are in a total population would be in aged people. The question is how to take care of their needs and what kind of innovations are required for the sustenance of these old people on this planet Earth. Interference in the individual national policies have become very high now. Diplomacy has become very prominent today, and my culture has been eroding. I'll just try to give you two brief cases wherein one, the Walmart, another, the General Motors, how they have impacted the different countries. and compatible with the despotism has been increasing. The impact of this globalization, if you look at it in a very short way, of the 100 largest US companies at the beginning of the 20th century, only 16 are identifiable today. 84 have eroded. There are no more there. Of the Fortune 500 companies in 1970, one-third ceased to exist in early 80s. Look at the pace and the speed with which companies are coming and going out of the market. During the 80s, a total of 230 companies, 46% disappeared from Fortune 500. So, achieving the highest echelon in terms of Fortune 500 companies also doesn't necessarily ensure you that you will continue to be there. And therefore, we say, 21st century, my brand reputation size does not guarantee continued success or survival. So, obviously, the question comes, what would guarantee? Can you help me? What would guarantee a continuation of a company? Can you help me? What would guarantee why these companies which were in the top 500 could not exist? Can you give me a one word which has been talked at least 10 times in the last 10 minutes? Yeah, any one of you? Any one of you? What do you think is the fundamental reason for this fast pace with which companies are getting eroded? And what would be the fate of a medium-sized company? What would be the fate of the small companies? One can imagine. What do you think is the major cause? Any one of you? Yeah, any one of you? I think some of you see that this part. These conferences are basically meant for digesting and taking few words which can change your life. Yeah, any one of you? No, I'm looking for an answer. I'll not proceed further. I'll not proceed further. What do you think is the fundamental reason? Yeah, at least take an attempt.
So, sir, it may be due to the lack of upgradation.
Lack of upgradation. Okay, good. Good. What else could be the reason? What else could be the reason? Upgradation gives you an incremental innovation. The Jupiter said in the 17th century, discontinuity. He said constructive destruction is the must for a mankind to keep improving. Constructive destruction. Things would come and go out. We started with a black telephone. Some color telephone came with the ringing dials. Then some pressing dial system came. Then my Discord telephones came. Then the mobile games. Today iPhone. Each one of us, you have to imagine what would be the shape of a telephone after 20 years. It would not be iPhone, certainly. iPhone was meant for a Steve Jobs, not for your generation. Okay, let's go further. So fundamentally, you'll find my information explosion is the major change which has been happening in this era. 5,000 years of the accumulation has happened in 30 years. Last 30 years happened in 2 years. It's not about access to the information, but most relevant information that counts for the decision making. Today we are getting flooded with the information, but we do not know what information we should handpick to take a right, good decision. And again, in the management, we talk a lot about whether right decision is a good decision or a good decision is a right decision. But the fact remains, decision has to be good, not necessarily a right. For a right decision, I don't need human beings. For a right decision can be done mechanically. My AI is sufficient today to take a right decisions, give a guiding principle behind that. So the fast changing business complexion in terms of practices, technology and the people. That's what Professor Sharma was also highlighting. And leadership is not about knowing, but learning continuously. And today, if we happen to read the biographies of some of the great leaders, they will say two major passions on which they have become great leaders. One is a continuous learning, and second, some of them have said that the music is my most preferred hobby. That gives me a concentration to decision. Yeah. So 20th century made us realize, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. 20th century made us realize that we need to be careful with the concept of impossible and possible. But the greatest risk that has arisen is to apply old solution to the new problems. Today our problems are everywhere, anywhere, and therefore we say entrepreneur is the one who sees problems where others do not see anything. And the question is, these problems require new solutions, not the old solutions. With the old solutions, we can do businesses which will survive short-lived. We need innovative solutions which should continuously keep, as Professor was saying, upgrading and bringing in a mega changes in terms of discontinuity. The revolution versus evolution, if you look at it, the evolution keeps us alive, revolution keeps us relevant. And all mega changes in the human history which have happened has happened through revolutions, be it the industrial revolutions, be it the green revolutions. The revolution word would be the one common word which has changed the way we live today. Change is hard, it's hardest on those caught by surprise. And therefore we say each one of us has to be alert and have a foresight, have a vision to see what is likely to happen after 5, 10, 15 years. Normally in a management interview, the first question which we also ask is, what do you see yourself after 5, 10, 15 years? But very few of them would be really able to answer it because they're not prepared to visualize something far beyond today. So to prove is to demonstrate that something is true or viable, while improve is a continuous process of learning and a growth to make something better, to increase the value or productivity. So today you find when we talk about the globalization, it's a continuous process in terms of innovation which give rise to the productivity, which should give rise to different ways of solving problems, and which should give rise to different solutions to the new problems. I keep saying in my entrepreneurship classes, there are 3 types of situations. There is a problem being known to you, you are looking at the answer to the problem. But there is a second thing where we say answer is known to you, but you do not know the problem. But the third, which I have been focusing for the last 5 minutes, the discontinuity is, you neither know the problem, you nor know the solution. Still you are working hard. My Edison never knew that ultimately world would come. 10,000 times he failed. Okay. But ultimately he was so thrilled to see that the whole life of humanity got achieved. Let me skip this. The fundamental difference between the merchandise and the services export today, if you look at it, it's been given in my paper. Today on the merchandise front, the developed world is consuming a lot. American economy today with the 5% population is consuming almost 25% of the world's resources, which is again very dangerous, which has really caused a great climatic issues also worldwide. So let's come down to globalization has led to Germany and Japan becoming export-led growth despite devastation of the Second World War. Even today, my Japan keeps continuing coming in the top 5 countries in the world. Brazil, Russia, India, and China became the dominant players in the global economy in terms of 40% of the world population, now produces half the world's economic growth. China became the second largest, and all predictions are that maybe another 5 years India would surpass China also. Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan became advanced countries. So all because of globalization. So globalization has given a lot to the different countries in a different ways. And the best example is to look from the Japan, which got completely devastated after Second World War, but on a technology strength became as one of the world leaders. Let me skip this. We have been talking about the water problem, energy problem, climate problem, the population pressure, and the greatest problem again which is emerging is educational learning. Let's go further. So Professor Sharma was also mentioning that trade partnerships have been increasing. Now these trade partnerships, today we find 7-8 major trade partnerships. The question is until what we say as in a Gita, Vasudev Kutumbam, it gets recognized as a one word, one person, one nation as a globe, the collaboration would not happen. Let's go further. Let me take two best examples which came in my mind. Does General Motors' future resides in China? The market opportunity in China was 1.4 billion population, only 1 in 100 people owns a vehicle. So they got that as an insight for a great, I would say, opportunity for a market. Strategic market for a Barry Barra, CEO of GM. GM entered in China in 1997, joint venture with the Shanghai Automotive Industries Corporation. China is a 40% of GM revenue and are growing fast. 40% is a single country, depending as well as General Motors is concerned. GM China's factories are more productive than the US plants also. And productivity is obviously higher because of two reasons: technology by Americans and labor by Chinese. GM's future relies in the China and other emerging economies. 250 million on the state-of-the-art R&D center is there in the Shanghai, and the future of GM likely decided in the international headquarters in Shanghai. Of course, the headquarters is always in the US. But then, my globalization has changed the whole dynamics in the forces. On the other hand, look at the Walmart. All of you have heard of it. They lost billions and exited Germany in 2006. Billions they lost. Selling to a metro. What went wrong was culturally, Germans didn't want to cheer and smile, behave guffy like at every other retail store. They couldn't get costs down. Prices weren't low. Many other stores were cheaper and more convenient, and they had liability of the foreignness. So look at the two world leaders today, Walmart and General Motors. One has become a leader in China, another has exited after making a heavy FDI investment in Germany. Now, loss of reputation which has happened to the Walmart. Reputation is one of the most valuable resources that a firm may possess today. It could be innovation reputation, it could be a customer service reputation, it could be brand reputation. But we have seen all these reputations may get eroded if we are not on the toes as to the future visualization and the foresight is concerned. So loss of reputation can be due to low wages, long hours, and the poor working living conditions overseas. And the local governments will be corrupt, and minimum safety standards may not be enforceable, and therefore the big giants globally may not like to get into anybody in every country. Loss of intellectual property which happens through the globalization is another major concern. Particularly in the software, movie and the music industries, everything has become pirated today. Very difficult to protect. Copyright infringements can occur in the foreign markets. I don't know, if you go to Cannot Place, the best seller books will be available to you at 50 rupees, all duplicated. Very difficult to protect it. This is again a bane of our globalization. Intellectual property can be siphoned off or reverse engineering can be applied, which I think Professor Mahapatra would rightly focus more on it from a HR perspective as well as a technology perspective. So coming down to the last part of it, today you'll find in a global era, we have mobile technology, mobile people, and mobile money. Everything has become mobile. And therefore we say, keeping a mobile in your hand, you are keeping everything with you. With that, mobile technology, my transfer of technology has become easy. With the mobile people, my entrepreneurial leadership has become easy. Today, even top 500 Fortune companies, not less than 20 Indian CEOs would be there. Mobile money, the new forms of private equity. Today, when I talk of a unicorn from India, 111 or so, but for 17, everybody else is making losses. Still, money is getting pumped to them in 1,000 and hundreds of crores. A new form of money has come. And all this has led to basically a process, not a person. The future has become process driven. So keeping that in our mind, the three things which I have focused in this paper, which is the review, the strategies for a global challenge, it would be innovative, innovations which would not be incremental but the disruptive ones, which would change the way we live. It would be a technology and the global markets in a perspective. My entrepreneurs in the Bay Area who are a bit zealous say, if your students are not coming out with the markets which are global, they would not sustain in India for a long. To think of a technology which can be all pervasive globally. Shared appreciation and leadership, that's what has been talked for the last 5-7 minutes. So my collaboration would be the crux of a future growth, and the entrepreneurship would be the fourth one. So these are the 4 pillars around which you will find my future global challenges would get responded to. And among these, if you look at quickly, basically the future leaders would be creating and delivering customer value for an individual and society at large. And society, when I mean society at a global plane, irrespective of culture, caste, creeds, social background, etc. And it has to be basically economic and financial analysis. Wherever, whatever, with the best of the quality would be available at the cheapest rate, would get sold out. Organizing and excelling people, they would be the main backbone. Quantitative methods and information systems. So my information flow is increasing a lot. Question is what information through my data analytics would be the real information which would give me an edge in terms of my decision making. Operations and technology management, business policy and strategic management, innovation, business, creativity, leadership, and international business environment. So basically, you'll find the future, as far as the globalization is concerned, would revolve around innovation, which we say is creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking. And future MBAs or leaders will be the one who have that foresight in terms of aptitude and attitude to see through future problems and get prepared in advance to respond to those problems and the challenges. But there's nothing like a problem. Every problem is a challenge which has to be responded to. With that, let me wind up over here. It has been a wonderful theme on which this conference is being organized, the globalization and the strategies to innovate as to the coming 21st century is concerned. This is going to be very challenging, and the life for all of you will be far more challenging than what it was for us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Once again, I request our guests to please come on the stage. Thank you, sir. I trust that all of you have undoubtedly gained the wealth of wisdom from Professor Arya Kumar Idris, and his insights were invaluable and surely have enriched our understanding. So let's take his word for the continue to grow and academically and personally. Thank you, sir. Now, moving further, I would like to invite Professor Ravi Gupta for the special address for the gathering. Please, sir.
My warm greetings to all respected ladies and gentlemen on the dais of the dais and dear students, specifically from the last row, second last row. My topic for discussion in this national conference is the success story of a startup. And the company name is Fractal.ai, which became a unicorn within a span of around 22 years. Though there are a lot of another examples, a lot of long list of enterprising startups are there who became a unicorn even within a span of 5 to 10 years. This is one of which I would like to discuss with all of you. But before that, I find it's my humble duty and my gesture also to convey my best regard to the TIT&S, its management, and specifically Director Professor G.K. Tyagi, Conference Convener Professor S.K. Sharma, for creating this platform where we are ready and we are sharing our knowledge on the variety topics. And of course, we get a very wonderful hospitality from TIT&S today and also in our past experiences, and very kind gestures with regard to invitation we had been receiving during last 1 week, a follow from his wonderful team. My best regards to specifically Director and Professor Sharma, Conference Convener, and of course the wonderful team of this National Conference of TIT&S, to whom I had been meeting also today and also during my last visits, my association having with this TIT&S during last 22 years. My big thanks to the wonderful team also and the students who I find always very well behaved in a very official attire and very active in all spheres. Okay, now coming back to students, this unicorn which I am talking about, of course, I understand the unicorn means a startup, a business entity which was started by any individual and which attained a level of $1 billion. That means the market value of this firm achieved in Indian rupees, let us say around 8,200 crore rupees. That is called the status of unicorn. Students, please understand, this is a very big achievement for any enterprise. And we have a long list of unicorns in India which was startup. This entity, Fractal, which I am discussing with all of you before you, that was founded by two co-founders. One was Shrikant and another was Pranay Agrawal in 2001, and it attained this status of unicorn, means even $1.5 billion. It means around 12,400 crore is the firm value. Very simple thing which we have been teaching in classroom. Number of shares multiplied with the market price of shares. The total value of the firm is 12,500 crore rupees within a span of 22 years. It's a great achievement for any business entity. And this also became. And this is the story of two co-founders. This one is Shrikant, another is the Pranay. And this company was founded in 2000. And this company is engaged in the, please last row, is engaged in the AI, artificial intelligence here. See, this is a common thing. Artificial intelligence and business analytics right now in the 2024. But they founded the company offering the services of business analytics and artificial intelligence in 2000. When it was not even a top for discussion for anybody. That's why definitely it was thinking, yes, these co-founders, Pranay Agrawal and the Shrikant, they had the foresightedness of the future. That is why just within a span of 22 years, and now at this point of time, they have converted their business venture they initiated and converted into a unicorn status. At the time when they established this company, when nothing was about the AI. Now, what I am going to discuss with all of you, there are a lot of theoretical aspects, but I have selected the 14 statements which were given by the Pranay Agarwal and Shrikant, how they achieved this status. So that we can keep those statements in our mind and we can also chase our dreams to be or to have a startup or enterprising activity, and might be definitely some unicorn maybe from the TIT&S also. First was there, yes, this Shrikant, the first founder of this company, he was from IIT Delhi. And thereafter he had gone to the Ahmedabad, and thereafter having some service, he founded this company and then invited Pranay Agarwal and another was Mother Nirmal as a co-founder. First statement was his there that when he was in IIT Delhi, he said, getting into an IIT is an accomplishment, but still it makes you humble. Why? He said, yes, I was very intelligent. That's why I got through in the IIT Delhi. But when I stepped into there, I found a lot of other more intelligence surrounded by me. That is why a galaxy of intellects were there. That's why it made him not proud, but a very humble. Second, after that, but he had a different opinion. He wanted to have a business entity, but anyhow. Then after having this education of IIT Delhi, he went into the Ahmedabad. His experience is that, and of course MBA students are here in the TIT&S, and this of course he said, focus on building better relationship in business schools. He said, okay, nobody is there in the business school to get the education or a degree, but is to get the job, best job possible from the business school. And for that, for having a long-term, you can say success in their professional life, he said that this statement, when we are in the business school, please create your networking. And of course, TIT&S also has a long-term standing in the business community also. He had this, and yes, he also built up this long-term association with the alumni network of the Ahmedabad, which we will discuss later on. Yes, he got benefited also. Third, he got the statement, yes, please understand, the honest businessman is a oxymoron. The point is that, please understand, honest businessman is the oxymoron. That means either he is the honest or he is the successful businessman. To be honest, if he continue to be honest, he cannot be a successful businessman. And if he wants to be a successful businessman, he has to be dishonest. This is oxymoron, two contradictory statements. He had this, but why? He had an experience from his father that businessmen all always corrupt. But one person changed his life when he had a visiting lecture in Ahmedabad and also in IIT Delhi. In IIT Delhi, actually, one lecture was scheduled in that IIT Delhi of, we know one person who is known for the conviction, values and ethics. Satyanarayana Murthy, the founder of the Infosys. There was a lecture. Then he discussed before the students, Narayana Murthy, yes, business can be established and developed and grown also with his own conviction, ethics and values. And you can grow the business with having your own integrity also. And he has done this, developing and also growing and making a number one in Infosys, this company, Narayana Murthy. This changed his total mindset. Then the idea came of setting up this fractal AI. Then his another fourth statement is, great ideas are born by understanding the pain of the users. If you are able to understand in any segment the pain which is taken up by any user of any commodity or a services. See what is happening right now in the business. We talk about the managing challenges through innovative practices. What is happening? Now new businesses are coming up since we are trying to see into what convenience we can offer to customer or existing customer with the same products and services. So that's why if you are able to understand the pain of the users of any commodity or a service, then you can have the great ideas. And there are a lot of businesses which were not existing prior to 20 years ago. And definitely, next one is there with regard to inviting the co-founder. See, in a startup, there are few major issues are there. One is the co-founder associating and also the funding I've come to it. With regard to co-founder, initially he developed this company as alone. Then he invited two persons. One was the Nirmal one, another was the Pranay Agarwal. On this, he made the statement, if you are having a deeply trusting relationship and someone is complimentary to you, that's the best co-founder to you. What does it mean? He says, okay, you try to add that person as a co-founder in your company who has the skill set in which you lack. If you are a CEO of a company, try to look for the CTO. If you are a CTO, try to look for a CFO. He said, I was not into entrepreneurship, but he invited Nirmal, person who want to be definitely an entrepreneur. And another person, Pranay Agrawal, who was very well established in this his own career, but when the offer was given, he immediately accepted. So he found to those persons, then that's why he said he found those persons having a skill set, the skill set in which that Shrikant was lacking. That's why he made you can say, a successful association of various co-founders, and then this idea worked out. If your startup has the right purpose of inspiration, the right people will find you. This is another statement from his side, an experience sharing. Yes, there are a number of things. The employees, number of times he shared that one person from IIT Madras came to him. Yes, I want to join this company as an employee. Though they were very scared about why he would be interested, and also this happened in number of other times. He had this great firm opinion that if you have this inspiration to work in such a manner, the right people will come to you automatically in the same way. Yes, with regard to, I told you in the startup, though in the business, fundraising is always a problem. But in case of a startups where the businesses are very new, that's why in 2000 or 2001, AI was artificial intelligence was not known to anybody. Even some only very few US firms, they were doing in that way only. And they initiated it. It means in a very new business, it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult to get the funds from the investors. On this, he said, if you want money, ask for the advice. And if you want advice, ask for the money. And very funny statement also he gave about the fundraising. Fundraising or funding is just like a dating. I hope everybody understands about dating. My dear students, you know about dating. If you know about dating, very good, but please stay away. If you don't know, that's again is very good. Anyway, this dating point is that when we are with some partner, we have to show our dislikings, but again, not to show very disparate, not to be very disparate or desperate. Desperate. Why? If you are very desperate, the other might blow up in your face. The same way, he said, when you are going to the investor for the fundraising, you show your plans, but wait for that. If they find it is okay, if they find that it will give their return on their investment, definitely they will put you money, they will give you money without raising any question. But if you show your desperateness to the investors, prospective investors, then definitely they will see it, yes, there is something fishy at the bottom, and they will not come to you for making investment in the venture. That was his own experience in follow. Culture is what is happening in your company when nobody is seeing. This was another experience. He cited one example also. He said that when our office was very small, there were only 20 parking slots. And what he did, no reservation. Anybody who comes first, take the parking slot, and others are, even himself, was the owner and chairman, whatever you may call it. He has not made any reservation for his own also. 20 parking slots, whosoever, whether it's a lowest level of employee or his chairman himself, who comes first, takes the parking slot, others would be making their parking in any. So this was the culture he developed in his own company when everything, it's not a matter of parking slot, but the point is the transparency was there. He inculcated this culture and that paved the way, definitely. See, success is a combination of a very, very small activities which are performed either as an individual or in the business, whatever the case may be, in the both cases. AI was not even a thing when the fractal began. Thus, definitely, he said, yes, AI, artificial intelligence, was not anything, was not anywhere, when when he started this company. And yes, this is why he followed. He gave another example of yes, how they initiated with this example. Only US firms at this 2000 or 2001, they were working in the mathematical modeling. But yes, he cited about the future, and that's why it worked out. Another point was there, the situation of the chicken and egg. There is always a question, who came first, chicken or egg? He exemplified on his own company. What happened? They were trying to get a customer. The question is that any customer would be approaching to them, to their company, but before that they want credibility. Do you have an experience? The point is that unless and until we don't have a first customer, how we can get an experience? So he made a strategy. He himself, this you can say the Shrikant and Pranay Agarwal, they approached to their former employer, ICICI Bank. And also they find out whosoever is there from the IIT Delhi and Ahmedabad in the ICICI, they approached to that person, made a connectivity, and what they offered, at that time in 2001, ICICI was looking for some mathematical models, and I just recall you, at that one advertisement also they came out, which this assignment was done by the Fractal company, 30 minutes long. This was completed by this unit, by Fractal. What happened? They approached to ICICI Bank, we will do it, and we will not charge anything. You just give us a testimony. That was the first instance. In that way, they got their first customer. And yes, this situation, this methodology worked out. They got their first customer, ICICI Bank, in 2001. They worked upon, they completed their assignment of AI, 30 minutes long, and in return to that, they got the testimony from the ICICI Bank. And yes, on the basis of testimony, they got the further very huge orders from the HDFC Bank, and now they are everywhere. The point is that they offered in such a way, not charging with the first customer. This is how they sold the chicken and the, you can say, this egg situation. This is the second last statement. Yes, pricing entrepreneurship is all consuming everything. They say, if you are having a startup, if you are going for entrepreneurial activity, if you are going to have this business, you have to put upon your everything. You must have a strong commitment, a passion for your business. First is the passion for your business, for objectives, and second is, again, a further commitment, continuous commitment to grow and develop it. It takes an all-consuming. Your personal and your professional, all your colleagues, they become a family member. Only then you can succeed, he said. And the last but not least, he said, Shrikant, that I want Fractal to be an institution that stands on the test of time and remains relevant long after, even if I have gone. And yes, this has happened within a span of 22 years. Now this company is working upon, which we say, yes, AI is everything. But they started 22 years ago, and it made an example, you can say, a source of motivation to others also, and to them also. This is not a bad thing. Within a span of 22 years, their valuation is $1.5 billion, crossing the, you can say, the status of a unicorn within this span. And just with the, you can say, now think for a graduate from IIT Delhi and a management graduate, along with the co-founders, a very small team, still it is working, and they have achieved this target. I hope you can also keep it into mind, these experiences which were shared by the founders of this company, and we can also have these types of line of actions, course of actions in the times to come. With all this, thanks to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, it's really a great, insightful address from Professor Ravi Kumar Gupta related to the startup cases. And your expertise and perspective have truly enriched our understanding and inspired us all. So we deeply appreciated your contribution toward this event. Moving ahead, I'm sure this interaction too will be going to be very interactive and knowledgeable as well. So I would like to invite our chief guest with a valuable learning and expertise for all of us. And with that, I would like to invite Brendra Mohapatra on the podium for his special address to the gathering of this conference. Please go.
Thanks, Charu. A very good afternoon to all of you, and namaskar. First of all, I want to express my gratitude to Professor Sutyani and Professor Sharma to invite me to this national conference. Professor Tyagi, Professor Arya Kumar ji, Professor Ravi Kumar ji, the faculties from different institutes, universities, my dear students, and ladies and gentlemen. The topic which has been selected is a very apt topic because each country is facing the challenges of the globalization. I have categorized into 3 parts. The major challenges, global challenges today. The number 2, what are the countries, particularly India, is doing to respond or align to those kind of challenges? And number 3, what are the local challenges connected to these global challenges? These are the 3 aspects I am touching upon. I think as far as global challenges are concerned, the first challenge is the climate change. You must be reading in the newspaper that there has been a lot of meetings, but there is no unanimous decision or consensus decision arriving when more than 192 countries are meeting. The issue is the countries which are already developed, like for example US, for example entire Europe, they are already developed. The question is emission of carbon, and we know the greenhouse gases. I will also speak in Hindi so that it is more amenable to all of you to understand. तो जो climate change है, इसका problem क्या है? So the main problem is we, through the industries, through manufacturing, we are emitting greenhouse gases, which consist of mainly carbon dioxide, methane, things like that, which is blocking the passage of the air or the atmosphere. And the earth, which is one, सभी के लिए एक ही माँ है, एक ही अर्थ है, दूसरा अर्थ नहीं है. हमको अगर कल जाना होगा तो हम और कहीं नहीं जा सकते, एक ही अर्थ है. अर्थ को बचाना सबसे बड़ी बात है आज के दिन. तो जो क्लाइमेट चेंज हो रहा है, कार्बन एमिशंस हो रहा है, तो डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज का यही विचार है कि हम और डेवलप होंगे. बट जो डेवलप नहीं हुए हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इंडिया और डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज, द एंटायर अफ्रीका, उनके लिए क्या है? आज अगर क्लाइमेट चेंज हो रहा तो क्या हम अपना इकोनॉमी को स्टॉप कर दें, हमारा एम्प्लॉयमेंट को चेंज कर दें, बंद कर दें, इंडस्ट्री नहीं खोले, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग नहीं करें? तो पहला चैलेंज ये है, हाउ इंडिया शुड एड्रेस टू दिस. आप अभी पढ़ते होंगे, बहुत सारे न्यूज़पेपर्स में आ रहा है, जिसको बोलते हैं नेट जीरो. मींस इफ ए पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री is emanating the gases, the greenhouse gases, तो उसके लिए कर क्या है? उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए क्या करना है? If you are contributing negatively, for example, some tons of gas into the atmosphere, what exactly you are doing to neutralize the same? अगर आप नहीं कर रहे हैं, then you must be hearing a lot of laws are coming. I will give a local example. GBTL, यहाँ पे जो कंपनी है, we are exporting lot of fabric to US and Europe and also to Middle East. They are not going to accept the product if you are contributing, which is called carbon footprint is very high. They would like to know what is your carbon footprint. इसका मतलब यही है कि क्या आप कोल यूज करते हो बहुत ज्यादा, आपका पावर प्लांट से कहां से लेते हो पावर? अगर ऐसा है तो वो आपसे नहीं लेंगे, करके प्रोडक्ट नहीं लेंगे. एंड दिस इज ए रियलिटी. सो इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ईच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैज टू वर्क ऑन दिस, दैट व्हाट इज योर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस, हाउ फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर टेकिंग द पावर, how you are implementing the statutes. जो statutory implications हैं हमारे पास में, जैसे acts हैं, बहुत सारे acts हैं. One of the most important acts is Factories Act. how you are implementing those sections of that, and that's a big challenge. Second, मेरे हिसाब से जो ग्लोबल चैलेंज है वो है हेल्थ एंड सस्टेनेबल लिविंग। सभी को पता है 2020 मार्च में जो पेंडेमिक आया, द एंटायर वर्ल्ड वाज स्टॉप्ड। मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का तो बात ही नहीं कर सकते, entire economy freezed, nothing was happening, nobody expected that such thing would come. Now how if this kind of a surprise comes where the entire world, entire globe is involved, how do you plan, how do you come out of it? कोई नहीं ये बोल सकता है कि और एक बार कोविड नहीं आएगा या कोविड का वेरिएंट नहीं आएगा या और कुछ नया हेल्थ इश्यूज नहीं आएंगे। So how the entire world is practicing or thinking about this? ये सेकेंड बड़ा चैलेंज है। तीसरा जो सर ने बताया, अरे कुमार जी ने, the biggest challenge is a geopolitical situation. Geopolitical में आज के दिन में ना कोई दोस्त है ना कोई दुश्मन। आप सुनते होंगे अभी जो रेड सी है, एक पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप है जिसको हैती बोलते हैं, उन्होंने अटैक करते हैं हमारे शिप्स को, which has been supported by Iran। हमारे जो शिप्स जाते हैं बाहर या बाहर से इंपोर्ट करके आते हैं काफी सारे मटेरियल, those ships are being attacked by the pirates। तो हमारे इंडियन सोल्जर वहां जाके ये शिप्स को बचा रहे हैं। ईरान जबकि एक बहुत अच्छा फ्रेंड है इंडिया का। जियोपॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स है कि इसमें बहुत सारे सोच चाहिए, बहुत सारे डिस्कशंस चाहिए, बहुत सारे स्ट्रैटेजीज चाहिए। ये जियोपॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन इतना इम्पैक्ट करता है स्पेशली कंट्रीज को। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दूसरा एग्जाम्पल आपको दे रहे हैं, आज रशिया यूक्रेन में वॉर चल रहा है एंड रशिया का जो क्रूड है, ऑयल है, जिससे उनके इकोनॉमी में बहुत सारे पैसे आते हैं, यूरोप ने मना कर दिया लेने के लिए। इंडिया इज नॉट टिल्टेड टुवर्ड्स एनी कंट्री, इट्स स्ट्रेट, नॉन अलाइंड जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं। इंडिया इज हेल्पिंग टू गेट दिस ऑयल फ्रॉम रशिया एंड वही रशियन ऑयल को इंडिया इज सेलिंग टू यूरोप। सो this requires a lot of spine to stand before the world, telling them what I do is for my own country. You must be listening to what Jaishankar ji, हमारे जो external affairs minister है, कैसे बात कर रहे हैं, how the perception is getting changed कि western thought जो है, that western thought से हम प्रभावित नहीं होते हैं, हमारा अपना thought है जो कि important है। उस सिलसिले में हम इंडिया का सिचुएशन जो लोकल है उसके बारे में कुछ बताना चाहेंगे। आज हमारा देश, इंडिया, इज टिपिंग पॉइंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ एंड ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट। आप ये सुनते होंगे कि आज हमारा जो जीडीपी है टोटल 2024 एंड तक कैलेंडर ईयर में, इट इज गोइंग टू रीच a level of $3 trillion, and we are becoming the 5th largest economy of the world। और ये प्रेडिक्ट किया जा रहा है कि विद ग्रोथ, इस साल का जो जीडीपी ग्रोथ है वो 7.3% है एंड 2024 में एनविजाज किया गया है कि दिस ग्रोथ इज गोइंग टू बी a little less, which is 6.3%। and with this kind of a growth, GDP growth, India will become a third largest economy in the world by 2030. So they are saying not 2030, by 2026 and 27, India is going to be the third largest economy of the world, behind US। आप देखिए यूएस का जो जीडीपी है that is around 69 or 70 trillion dollars। चाइना सेकेंड में है जिसका जीडीपी है अराउंड 17-18 ट्रिलियन डॉलर और हम हैं अभी 3 पे। हम अभी 3 से 5 जाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं, जबकि हमारा देश का पॉपुलेशन आज पूरे विश्व में सबसे ज्यादा है। वी आर द लार्जेस्ट पॉपुलेटेड कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड विद 140 बिलियन पीपल। अगर हम लोग 140 बिलियन लोगों का बात करें, 140 करोड़ लोगों के बात करें, अगर 140 करोड़ लोगों से परचेसिंग पावर जो है हार्डली 10 या 20% लोगों का है। अगर सभी का परचेसिंग पावर बढ़ता है तो इकोनॉमी ऑटोमेटिकली हम सेकेंड या नंबर 1 में भी आ सकते हैं, विच इज द टारगेट ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया। सो व्हाट आर दोज इश्यूज? और वो एक डेमोक्रेसी में, लार्जेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी में, जहां पे बाई पार्टीशन पॉलिटिक्स होते हैं, आप जो करते हो आपके ऑपोजिशन 5 खड़े होके आपको पुल करते हैं, दैट इज बाई पार्टीशन पॉलिटिक्स। आप अगर सही को सही बोला तो सही गलत ऑपोजिशन के पास होता है। इतना आसान नहीं होता है एक डेमोक्रेसी में इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ करने का। तो व्हाट आर दोस ग्लोबल चैलेंजेस बीइंग फेस्ड इन इंडिया एंड हाउ डू वी रिस्पॉन्ड टू दोस चैलेंजेस? सबसे बड़ा इशू है एज पर दी वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम जो आज इंडिया फेस कर रहा है टू बिकम ए ग्लोबल पावर इज द स्किल डेवलपमेंट एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट फॉर द फ्यूचर वर्कफोर्स। इसमें 3-4 डायमेंशंस हैं। नंबर 1 डायमेंशन है कि हमारा जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है वो फोकस करता है कॉन्सेप्चुअल नॉलेज पे, कि हमने किताब पढ़ी और ये कॉन्सेप्ट सीखा, ये थ्योरी सीखा, बट दैट्स नॉट रेलिवेंट। आर्य कुमार जी पॉइंट बता रहे थे, रेलिवेंसी सबसे इंपोर्टेंट। आज बहुत सारे कंपनीज, जैसे एग्जांपल दे रहे थे, बहुत सारे कंपनीज बंद हो रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट रेलिवेंट टू द टाइम्स। हम लोगों का कल कोई एक ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन हो रहा था, तो उसमें पता चला कि अमेरिका में बड़ी बड़ी टेक्सटाइल कंपनी, जैसे हम आपको एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं, Perial is going to be closed down. It's one of the biggest textile companies, marketing companies in the world, and it is going to close down. Another big company, which is famous for providing presidential suits, आप समझ रहे हैं, presidential suits in America, that is going to close down. So the most important thing here is to become relevant. और हम कैसे रेलिवेंट बने? अगर हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम हमको बस कॉन्सेप्चुअल नॉलेज दे रहा है और एम्प्लॉयमेंट नॉलेज हम लोग को नहीं मिल रहा है। सो वी डू ए कोर्स इन GBTL once the people from engineering or management college join, and most of the organizations they do it, and that program is from institute to corporate, and we find with average intelligence, to acquire knowledge, to acquire competence, to acquire skill takes lot of time. And there is an attitude with people not to dirty their hands. So skill इसमें कैसे आएगा? Local issue, जो कि globally हम लोगों को affect करता है. You must be knowing there is an act which is called Apprentice Act 1961, and Government of India has, has done some amendment to this act, which is called NAPS. NAPS मतलब होता है National Apprentice Promotion Scheme. Through this scheme, any organization can engage apprentices, which are non-trade areas. For example, textile is a non-trade. ट्रेड क्या होता है? ITI ट्रेड्स क्या होते हैं? जैसे आप ITI में देखे होंगे, फिटर, इलेक्ट्रिशियन, मैकेनिक, इनका पढ़ाया जाता है। ये अप्रेंटिस एक्ट में प्रोवाइड किया जाता है कि ये अप्रेंटिस कहाँ रह सकते हैं, लेकिन नैप्स प्रोवाइड करता है कि जहां पे ये ट्रेड्स नहीं है, लेकिन वो ट्रेड पढ़ाया नहीं जाता है, यू कैन टेक अप्रेंटिसेस एंड दैट नंबर यू कैन एम्प्लॉय, एंगेज 15% ऑफ योर टोटल वर्कफोर्स। अगर आपके पास में 1000 है तो 150 लोगों को आप अप्रेंटिस ले सकते हैं। Means what? It's a part of the skill development. आप स्किल टेक्निक प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो लोगों को, आप लोगों को आश्चर्य होगा, because I have been discussing in the panels in the team lease करके एक organization है, which is government of India has given them certification to employ such kind of, to engage such kind of apprentices from the rural areas. इनमें जो attrition है, जो लोग छोड़ के जाते हैं, that is 65 to 70%. मतलब अगर एक महीना में 100 लोगों को लिए 65 से 70 लोग छोड़ के चले जाते हैं. This is the kind of the situation. तो इसका रिस्पॉन्स क्या है? हम लोग जब तक लोगों को एजुकेट नहीं करते हैं, अवेयर नहीं करते, स्किलिंग इज एन इश्यू. और अभी का जो टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज होता है, एज पर वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम, इंडिया में 50% लोगों को रीस्किलिंग करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज योर टेक्नोलॉजी हैज चेंज्ड. Second problem, global problem, which is aligned, which is as per the global challenges. Lowest participation rates of working age women. हमारे जो participation है women का in the workforce is hardly 25%. लेकिन आप अगर बात करें in the population, in the total population of the country, 140 crores में, we have a women's strength of around 49 to 50%. कोई स्टेट में skewed है, but generally if you see it's a 49-50% participation. But जब workforce में देखेंगे ये hardly 25 है. और ऐसे ऐसे इंडस्ट्रीज भी हैं जहां पे 25% भी नहीं है. टेक्सटाइल में ले लीजिए, यही का ले लीजिए, that's become a huge issue. तो कैसे ये जो पार्टिसिपेशन है, लेडीज पार्टिसिपेशन, विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड वी टॉक अबाउट ऑल्सो दी डिवर्सिटी एंड इंक्लूजन, कि कैसे इनको वर्कफोर्स में लाया जाए. हर एक साल हमारे वर्कफोर्स में 10 से 12 मिलियन यंग पीपल एड अप होते हैं. 10-12 मिलियन का मतलब है 1 से 1.5 करोड़ के आसपास. How do you create employment in the country is also a challenge. The third issue is socio-economic inclusion of rural India. एक टाइम था जब हमारे देश में 30% लोग विलेज में रहते थे. आज के दिन में 40%, सॉरी उल्टा बोल रहे हैं, 30% अर्बन में रहते थे, 70% विलेज में रहते थे. आज के दिन में रूरल लोगों का संख्या जो है, जो उनका नंबर है, दैट इज कमिंग डाउन. पीपल आर शिफ्टिंग टू अर्बन एरियाज. आप अगर देख रहे होंगे लास्ट 5 years में देयर हैज बीन लॉट ऑफ एडिशन इन द एयरपोर्ट्स. आज अगर केवल हम हरियाणा का बात करें, सो वी हैव एयरपोर्ट इन हिसार. There is another airport is coming up in, I think, यहाँ पे हिसार में आ रहा है. आपका जो बेस है, एयर बेस है, कौन सा जगह है? Ambala. Another airport is coming in Ambala. So there are 70 new airports coming up in the country. Means what? A lot of people are coming from rural areas to urban areas. अगर अर्बन एरिया में आ रहे हैं, कंकमिटेंट प्रॉब्लम्स, इश्यूज भी आएंगे. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट का आएगा, घर का आएगा, हाउसिंग विल बी ए बिग प्रॉब्लम. सो उसको मीट आउट करने के लिए हमारे पास में क्या रिस्पॉन्स सिस्टम है? थर्ड इश्यू जो हम लोगों ने अभी बात किया, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ इट इज पोल्यूशन. क्लाइमेट इज कनेक्टेड टू पोल्यूशन, एयर एंड वाटर पोल्यूशन. अगर आप लास्ट 10 दिन की बात करें, सो द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज गिवन 50 names of 15 cities where there will be a huge shortage of water, drinking water. And one of those cities is Gurgaon also, Delhi also, Bangalore. यहाँ पे पानी सूख गया है, पानी है नहीं. अगर पानी नहीं है तो इंडस्ट्री भी कैसे चलेगा, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कैसे चलेगा? बिकॉज आप सर्विस इंडस्ट्री का ग्रोथ हो रहा है, बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट जब तक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ग्रोथ नहीं होता है, जो 5 कोर एरियाज हैं मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के, वो ग्रो नहीं होते हैं, एम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं बढ़ता। जो टर्शियरी सेक्टर है या जो सर्विस सेक्टर्स है, उसमें एम्प्लॉयमेंट बहुत होते हैं जब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का ग्रोथ होता है। So water will be a major issue for the country. Pollution is another problem. You must be knowing that last time in the NCR, Supreme Court has given a decision that all power plants in the NCR will be closed when the air quality index goes up to level 3 or level 4. आप अपना 2016-17 का गाड़ी जो BS2 है या BS3 है, उसको भी दिल्ली और NCR में नहीं चला सकते। This is the condition has come. And third issue is waste management. कहीं भिवानी को ही देख लीजिए, we don't have a proper scientific waste management system, and same thing applies to Delhi, same thing applies to Mumbai. So these are the challenges which will not take us respond to global challenges. आज अगर हम लोगों का टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री, आप अभी सुने होंगे कि अयोध्या के बारे में कि हाउ रिलीजन या एक मंदिर टूरिज्म को कैसे बढ़ावा दे रहा है, लेकिन बाहर से लोग नहीं आएंगे। जो भी लोग आते हैं वो देखते हैं कि साफ सफाई है, हाइजीन है। I will tell you an interesting story. I was in a place called Lyceum, which is very close to Ireland, the capital of Ireland, Dublin. It's around 100 kilometers from Dublin. So I was in a factory, visiting that factory when I was in Vedanta. And here comes one lady of our company, and along with him 3-4 other companies. So in Hindustan Zinc, our head office was in Udaipur. So she asked me, "Sir, is it safe to go to India?" So without giving an example, giving an answer to this question, I asked her that what are the unsafe things you are thinking about India? Let me understand first for respond to your question. She said, हमने सुना है वहाँ पे तो बहुत डिजीजेस होते हैं, कम्युनिकेबल डिजीजेस बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, the safety of the women is not there, वहाँ तो घर से बाहर नहीं निकलते हैं। See, एक क्या होता है हमारे देश में and how do we perceive? अभी किसी ने दिखा रहा था स्विट्जरलैंड में, जो जिनीवा में, जो हम लोगों का यूनाइटेड नेशन का ऑफिस है, उसके सामने में जो पोस्टर्स लगाए हुए हैं, उसको इंडिया के बारे में लगाया हुआ है कि इंडिया में देयर इज अ हेट क्राइम हैपनिंग विद अदर रिलीजन्स, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर, बट वी आर रिस्पांसिबल फॉर क्रिएटिंग एन इंप्रेशन एंड गिविंग एन परसेप्शन टू द वर्ल्ड दैट वी आर नॉट क्लीन। जो लोग आते हैं देश में, उनको समझना चाहिए, देखना चाहिए कि दिस इज रियली कंट्री व्हिच इज वेरी क्लीन। You go to any other country. I have stayed in Gulf for many years, and in Doha and Dubai and Abu Dhabi. You see those places. It's neat and clean. You won't find anything. And it doesn't start from the government. It starts from me. And the last issue I will touch upon is the socio-economic inclusion of the rural areas. Unless and until we have a 60-70% population staying in rural area, and the major challenge is how do we, bring them, allow them to participate things which are happening in the mainstream. For example, digital India, providing an internet connection. Digital India. This is a reality today. There is a digital India department which is seeing that those things are happening in the village. So this way we are responding to those things. Unless and until there are global challenges, but that global challenges are affecting us very much in our day-to-day life, but we don't know. But how do we comprehend those global challenges on the basis of the local challenges? There is a famous saying now, this is being talked about everywhere, vocal for local. Meaning is what? Unless and until you are developing your own area your own self, your own village, your own town or own city, we cannot face the global challenges. There is nothing outside. We need to change inside. रिलीजन इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, स्पिरिचुअल इंपॉर्टेंट है. मतलब इसका रिलीजन एंड स्पिरिचुअलिज्म में दोनों डिफरेंस है. रिलीजन टॉक्स अबाउट देयर इज अ गॉड आउटसाइड एंड स्पिरिचुअलिज्म टॉक्स दैट देयर इज अ गॉड इनसाइड. पे हिम. So we need to internalize things. That how do I change? The change begins from me. How do I change myself so that I can contribute to the world? So with this, I wish all the best to this conference, to this workshop, and hope this day, today and tomorrow, there are a lot of presentations which would help the students understanding the concept, understanding globalization issues, and then apply it in their own lives. When they apply this in their own lives, changing their own lives, they can contribute to the society. So, Sharma ji, thank you once again for inviting me, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, that you have highlighted managing this kind of challenges. Like you have listed the climate challenge, health and sustainability, geopolitical situation, socio-economic, and the women empowerment. Indeed, there is no doubt that we must be aware. We know that these are the challenges we are facing with, but we should be active. We should take the responsibility that how we are going to handle it. Thank you, sir, for your insights. Have a great round of applause for this relevant. Now the time comes to unlock the collective wisdom of our conference by releasing our conference proceeding. So I request our guest to release the proceeding. I request Dr. Urshita Bansal to please provide the proceedings. That is the moment that, yes, sir. Please unveil this, the moment that we are waiting for. Have a great round of applause, students. Thank you, sir. Meanwhile, I will just welcome our other guests that they have been arrived. Professor Ranjan Aneja, Dean School of Business and Management Study, Central University of Haryana, Mehendergarh. Professor Amarjeet Kaur Malhotra, Dean Faculty of Management, Gurugram University. They are just being the key speakers in the technical session 1. We welcome you, sir. We welcome you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Professor G.K. Tyagi and Professor S.K. Sharma to adorn a shawl to our Chief Guest Shri Birendra Mahapatra ji, and to present a memento. I request Professor Sharma to present a memento to our Chief Guest Shri Birendra Mahapatra ji. Have a great round of applause, students. I would like to request Professor Sharma to present a memento to our Chief Guest, Shri Mahapatra ji. Thank you, sir. I would like to request the requester to please stay on the same side. Thank you. I request to present a memento and adorn the shawl to our guest of honor, Professor Ravi Kumar Gupta ji. Have a great round of applause to them. Thank you, sir. Now may I again request Professor G.K. Tyagi to felicitate our guest, our keynote speaker, Professor Arya Kumar, by presenting a shawl and presenting a memento to Professor Arya Kumar. I request Professor Sharma to present a memento to Professor Arya Kumar. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, finally, we are just moving toward the end of this inaugural session, and I would like to invite Dr. Monica Sharma, member of Organizing Committee of National Conference, for proposing the final vote of thanks for the inaugural session.
Thank you, ma'am. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Namaskar and a very good afternoon to one and all present over here. I, Dr. Monica Sharma, on behalf of Management Department, would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone for your invaluable contributions for making this national conference a resounding success. First and foremost, our profound gratitude goes to our chief guest, Shri Birendra Mohapatra ji. Thank you, sir. Our guest of honor, Professor Ravi Kumar Gupta ji. Thank you, sir. Our keynote speaker, Professor Arya Kumar ji. Thank you, sir. And all our esteemed speakers for their enlightening and inspiring speeches. Your valuable insight has set the tone for what promises to be an enriching and thought-provoking conference. I extend my gratitude to our worthy director, sir, for sparing his valuable time and grace the occasion. We always need your support, guidance, and blessings, sir. Thank you very much for being with us. A big thanks to our supporting staff who are really very supportive for us. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for media persons for giving an excellent coverage to our program. We are deeply indebted to our sponsors whose unwavering support has been instrumental in making this event a reality. Your generosity and commitment to promoting knowledge exchange and collaborations are truly commendable. A special word of appreciation goes to our distinguished delegates, researchers, academicians who have traveled from far and wide to participate in this conference. Your expertise and contributions are invaluable, and we are privileged to have you with us. I would like to extend my gratitude to the organizing committee, members, volunteers, and staff who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the smooth functioning of this event. Your dedication and hard work have been pivotal in making this conference a great success. Once again, I thank you all for your unwavering support and enthusiasm. Let us make this national conference a memorable experience and enriching experience for everyone involved. A big thank you to everyone present over here. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our delegate guest for the lunch in the girls' mess.